everyone saying hi to each other in the chat is lovely. Yeah, this is a very bad Transylvanian accent. I am feeling a lot better, yes, thank you for asking. I had a little bit of a migraine today, but it's gone now, so that's good. So now I'm feeling much better. I don't know, I think working actually helped me get rid of it, so yes. Thank you, Paula, you redeemed that hydrate as I took a sip of my tea. Is perfect timing. Okay, we're going to open this. No, it's not holy water, it's actually tea. It's actually a special tea. It's special. Alright, let's open some cards. So, I have this Crimson Vow. Commander deck that we're going to be opening. It's very, very exciting. And then because, oh, I love that sound, because Duck has requested Commander, we're going to be doing a Commander night where he and I, and maybe some other people, will be playing each other with our Commander decks. I also have, let me show you, I also have this. I also have Olivia Voltaire, Olivia Crimson Bride. So we've also got that. Oh, I have 3 cards in here, I didn't realize. So we have Olivia Crimson Bride, and we also have Dracula, Lord of Blood, and we also have Braids Arisen, Nightmare. So we also have those cards to go. I'm just going to be going in and out of this Transylvanian accent, if that's what it is. I don't even know really what it is. Is it Transylvanian? What am I even doing with my voice? I'm not sure. Let me know if you figure it out. Dante, I'm very well. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I feel like when I do a Transylvanian accent, it kind of goes between being like a little Russian and a little Swedish for some reason. I don't know what that's about. What is that about? She's Russian. actually, I don't know, is Chris here? This is the skirt I think that Chris got me off my wish list on Amazon. And I'm wearing a bustle underneath, so it makes my butt look really weirdly big. This is just to cards that are not in the commander deck, not in here, but they were gifted to me by Uptown Duck, who also gifted me this deck, so thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Uptown Duck. So I will read to you these cards and then we'll go through the commander deck. So this is Braids Arisen Nightmare. It is a legendary creature. Nightmare. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. Which is pretty powerful, I think. This costs 1 of any mana and 2 swamps. It is a 3/3. Braids Arisen Nightmare. Next we have Dracula, Lord of Blood, which costs 1 of anything and then 1 swamp. It is a creature, a vampire wizard. It is a flying type. I love flying cards. I played Uptown Duck like a weekend ago and I feel like my flying cards were my strength. What deck was that again, Duck, if you're still here? It was a blue-white, is that what it was? Blue-white. It was really cool. Anyways. So, that's what we have going on. It is one of the most powerful mechanics, I agree, Cedric. So whenever Voldarin Bloodcaster or another non-token creature you control dies, create a blood token. Whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, transform 3/3 Voldarin Bloodcaster. And Voldarin Bloodcaster, or Dracula, Lord of Blood, which is a Voldarin Bloodcaster, is a 2/1. Dracula, Lord of Blood. I love this art too. Flip the card. Okay. Oh shoot. There's a back. This one doesn't have one. The one time I forget to check. Okay. It is flying. This is when we flip it. So then it becomes flying at the beginning of combat on your turn. Up to 1 target blood token you control becomes a 2/2 black bat creature with flying and haste. What? In addition to its other types. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Do you mean to tell me that Lucy was bitten by such a bat? And I'm assuming that's in reference to Dracula's story. There's actually a character named Lucy who gets transformed by Dracula in the Bram Stoker story Dracula. So that's the 3/3 version. And then of course we have the final card I was gifted that is going to fit really, really well in this deck. maybe I'll get that one after it was sold out, so I wasn't able to get it. Oh, that's so cool. I love that about the Dracula cards. That's so cool. Now I need them all. Okay, I think I'm just gonna take this off. Just give me a second. My pop filter. I don't think I need it. If I'm popping a lot and it's bothering you, let me know. I'll put it back on. Alright, I'm back. Let's look at some more cards. So first up we have a nice foiled card. Yeah, send me a whisper, Rapala. I'll check it in a moment. So this is Stefan Moray Progenitor. Streffen Moray Progenitor. A 2 of anything. 1 swamp, 1 volcano. This is a legendary creature. Vampire noble. Flying type. Of course, I'm assuming like almost all of these are going to be flying. Mountain. But I feel like it should be fiery. I want to call it a volcano. Because it's red. Why are the mountains red? Are they clay mountains? I have to know. At the beginning of your end step, create a blood token for each player who lost life this turn. Whenever Streffen attacks, you may sacrifice 2 blood tokens. If you do, you may put a vampire card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible until end of turn. It's a 3/2 card. So shiny. Next up, we have Timothar, Baron of Bats. This card doesn't seem to be flying. Next up is Bloodlight Harvester. This is a 3/2 card. It costs 1 swamp and 1 mountain. And it is a creature, a vampire. Ward is a keyword that counters a targeted spell or ability from an opponent, unless the ward cost is paid. Oh, so you can use the ward to counter, and they would have to discard a card to negate you, making them to basically avoid being countered. Is that what you're saying? I understand. That makes sense. When Bloodlight Harvester enters the battlefield, create a blood token. It's an artifact with 1 tap. Discard a card. Sacrifice this artifact. Draw a card. Wow, that's pretty cool. And you can tap Bloodlight Harvester. Sacrifice Bloodlight Harvester. Target creature gets X, X, minus X, minus X until end of next turn, where X is twice the number of blood tokens you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Very hard to say that with vampire fangs in. This sounds pretty cool, actually, this Bloodlight Harvester. Next we have Ancient Craving. For this card, you draw 3 cards, and you lose 3 life. Because of vampires, so we're always losing life, draining life from other people. So this is a sorcery. Knowledge demands sacrifice. Yeah, fair. It is 3 of any mana and 1 swamp. Swamp. Oh. Sorry, I tapped my stand. Sorry about that. Okay. This is a Blood Artist. It is 1 mana and 1 swamp, a creature vampire. Whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Great art can never be created without great suffering. It's a 0/1 cost. Next up is Bloodline Necromancer. It is a creature, a vampire wizard, 4 of any mana and 1 swamp. It has lifelink. Ooh, exciting. When Bloodline Necromancer enters the battlefield, you may return target vampire or wizard creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. The veil of death hides little from our kind. It is a 3/2 cost. I'm just going to grab something to raise my mic a little. I can't wait until I get a mic arm. Because right now I just put my mic on games. basically what my mic setup is like, if that's what you're referring to, Fallen. Yeah, I feel that. We improvise, right? This is Falconroth Noble. It's a creature, a vampire noble. It is 3 mana cost and 1 swamp. Flying. When Falconwrath Noble or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. Wow. Whenever this creature or any other creature dies. Wait, does that mean even my opponents or only my creatures? That's pretty wild. I often think on how excited they must feel to be chosen as my prey. Well, that's kind of sexy. This is a 2/2 card. Next, we have Feed the Swarm. Yeah, let's feed the swarm. Why not? Let's do it. This is a sorcery. It is a 1 mana, 1 swamp. Destroy the target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. Okay, well, I mean, you gotta destroy it, so that's pretty good. On vile wings and bloody wind, the swarm will rise. Skyclave inscription. What's a skyclave? Skyclave. Okay, skyclave it is. The beeping has stopped. I don't know what it is about doing ASMR, but every time I'm doing ASMR, someone is doing laundry. I don't know why that's a thing here, but it's a thing, so I guess we just deal with it. Sorry friends, I just had to type. It is a normal and very common ASMR problem, but I feel like it just annoys everyone. I have yet to meet someone that is not bothered by it. And you know what? The funny thing is, I think really only the people that are doing the ASMR notice. Because when I'm watching other people do ASMR and there's a sound in the background and they're like, oh my gosh, this sound, I never notice it if they're live. Now granted, when it's edited, they probably took the sound out, but yeah, it is, because we're whispering, it is way more noticeable. And it drives me crazy, but it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna keep going. Next up is Indulgent Aristocrat. Indulgent Aristocrat. Alright. Also, thank you, Rapala, for the reminder. I'm going to announce the life link. It's got 2 mana. You can, for 2 mana, you can sacrifice a creature, and you put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. If you're not surrounded by decadence, my question to you is, why not? It's a good question. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a 1/1, and it costs 1 swamp. So wait, is it because, yeah, whisper the link. Whisper it to me. I can also, I'll look it up after. I'm very curious about that. Is it just James Gunn is, like, basically basically recasting everything? Or is it just they're resisting the creative direction? Is that the issue? This is Knight's Whisper. It costs 1 of any mana and 1 swamp. It is a sorcery. You draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Man, I'm losing a lot of life here, but I got a lot of life link, so I guess that's where we're making it up. On lifelink. Alright. I have seen things that would reduce a weaker person to blubbering and raving. Want to hear about them? Vraska. Prime 6752. Thank you so much for following the channel. Thank you. Alright. That's a good one. I like the art on that too. I really like Vraska's like whispering in this person's ear. Who's that other person on the card? Do you know? Urge to feed. This is a 2 swamp cost. Hello, Riddlelock. Welcome. This is an instant. It is a card that you can target creature. The target creature gets -3/3 until end of turn. What? That's crazy. That is crazy. F to feed, yes, never forget, Uptown Duck. F to feed, lifelink. Lifelink for life. CRZAL Grizal _ Thank you. Thank you so much for following. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. You may tap any number of untapped vampire creatures you control. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those vampires. Pretty cool. That's wild. That's a crazy instant. That's crazy. Urge to feed. This one is Vampire Nighthawk. It costs 1 of any mana and 2 swamp. It is a creature, a vampire He's like, I'm gonna inherit all these rakes. Is it rakish or rakish? So it costs 2 mana, and then it is 1 mountain. Creature, vampire. Whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it. What? What? That's amazing. If you're not having fun, what's the point of living forever? True, true. I like to have fun and live forever. And it is a 2/2. That's crazy. That's crazy. I love it. I don't play MTG Arena. I don't play Magic Arena. No, no, no. I'm only playing Marvel Snap for digital card games right now. And I did download, what's the League one? What's it called? I was gonna say not Wild Rift. No, that's online. Legends of Runeterra. But I haven't started yet, so that's where we're at. Yeah, League of Legends. Yep. That's the one we're talking about. Many people aren't impressed with her acting. Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think her acting is bad. I mean, the voiceover that she read, though. When we did the Snyder Cut, that voiceover was brutal. That was not good. But everything else that I've seen has been, I think, pretty good. I wouldn't say it was bad. But, the voice acting, the voiceover, but I don't know, that might have been part of the reshoot, I don't know. There might be a reason why it's terrible. Alright, this is Stensia Masquerade. It is 2 mana and 1 mountain. It is an enchantment. Attacking creatures you control have first strike. Whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Madness. This is 2 mana and 1 mountain. And if you discard this card for madness, then you discard it into exile. When you do, cast it for its madness cost or put it into your graveyard. Alright. Cool. Madness. I don't fully understand that, but it sounds like I can bring it back. Also, the ability on this, where I get the counters, is pretty wild. Also, I have first strike, that's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, we're doing the full stream in ASMR. I do a lot of pack openings where we do ASMR. I'm currently working my way through a Phyrexia booster. And then I'm also doing this command deck. I have another commander deck. And I also have some Crimson Vow booster packs, which are back there. But I probably won't get to those tonight. But we have lots of It seemed pretty cool. Stensia Masquerade. This is also crazy. I love this. Oh, I'm gonna hydrate again on camera so you can see. Tea is good. You should drink more tea. Tea, 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 tea. Alright. This one is Is it Rakdos or Rakedos? I like Rakedos, so I'm gonna say that. Rakedos Charm. It costs 1 swamp and 1 mountain. It's an instant. Choose 1. Exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Destroy target artifact. Each creature deals 1 damage to its controller. Each creature, its controller, does that mean like whoever the commander is, or you? Controller, what does that mean? That's pretty crazy. That's alright. Rakdos. I really wanted it to be Rakedos, but alright, Rakdos. And Rakish, then I guess. Not Rakish. Good to know. If anything ever wants to be rakish, though, I'd be into that. This is Stormkirk Captain. It has 1 mana cost, plus 1 swamp, plus 1 mountain. It is a creature, a vampire soldier. It has first strike. Other vampire creatures you control get plus 1, and have first strike. So what I like about this deck is I can just bring out a bunch of vampires, and then it seems like a lot of them are just going to give each other boosts or counters that give them boosts. The counters are even better because that, even after that card is destroyed, the counters will remain. So it's just like you're making a little vampire army that's gonna be crazy. No longer can we allow our human populations to be mindlessly slaughtered by ghouls. Slay all who trespass. Runo Stormkirk. Pretty cool. Oh, we got a little arcane signet. This is an artifact. You can tap it, and you add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Add 1 mana of any color. Also, I just get a mana of my commander's identity. So any of the ones that are in their color, cool. Very useful. It started as a mere drop of water. The magic mirror crystallized it into much, much, much more. Arcane signet. We got a charcoal diamond. Also an artifact. Charcoal diamond enters the battlefield tapped. Add 1 swamp. Oh, and this costs 2 mana. Just 2 of any. And this costs 2 of any mana as well. Charcoal diamond enters the battlefield tapped. When it's tapped, you add the swamp, the essence of night to harden the soul. Wow, the essence of night to harden the soul. Sounds really intense. I gotta edit something for a second. I just want to change this before I move on. Hold on a second. Can I do this quietly? isn't that working? Okay, well, I was trying to put my throne gifts on my camera, but it doesn't want to work, so I just took off my donation. That's fine. I have to update my donation goal anyway, so if you want to donate or check out my throne gifts, there's links. I think the command is wish list if you want to check out the throne gift list. And if you want to donate, you can just put the command donate into chat. I don't know why it's not working. Did someone get my teeth? Is that why? I don't know. Thank you, Rapala. This is Commander's Sphere. It costs 3 mana. It's an artifact. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. When you tap it, sacrifice Commander's Sphere. Draw a card. It harmonizes with the essence of its master. Why does this look so spooky to me? It looks really spooky. Another artifact. Boom. Fire Diamond. It costs 2 of any mana. Fire Diamond enters the battlefield tapped, and when you tap it, you get a mountain mana, or as I like to call them, volcanoes. No one calls them that, but I like to because it's a fiery mountain. So then it would be a volcano. You see? Ah, you did. I'm so glad. What did you think, Michael? Did you like it? The essence of flame to stoke the spirit. Oh yeah, stoke the spirit. Let's go. Did you like it, Michael? What did you think? I haven't read all of Twig yet. I've only read the first 2 issues. So the only thing is no spoilers. And I need to read... Oh, but you read the trade paperback, so you just read the first trade paperback, then the first volume. Zeke 2A, thank you so much for following. I don't know why my alert didn't come up. There we go. That's for you, Zeke. Thank you for following. We have Rakdos Signet. Ooh, this one's super cool. We get a swamp and a mountain. It costs 2 mana. It is 1 mana to tap it, and you add 1 of each, basically. 1 swamp and 1 mountain. Made of bone and boiled in blood, a Rakdos Signet is not considered finished until it has been used as a murder weapon. Oh my gosh, it's very dark. Rakdos. We've got a soul ring. Soul ring. Is it made of souls? It's 1 mana. It's an artifact. When you tap it, you add 2 mana. Lost to time is the artificer. Why can't I say that word? Lost to time is the artificer's art of trapping light from a distant star. check, or their name. And you equip this for 1 mana. I don't know if I said that. Michael, you say since no spoilers. I enjoyed Twig. Cute, beautiful art. I could see it as an animated show, film. I already feel that. But we'll have to talk about it when I'm done. I'm like savoring it, and I already want to do a Twig cosplay. And Uptown Duck is going to be splat. That's the plan. Oh my gosh. I need to take off one of my earrings. It's squeezing my ear too much. Oh, that's tender. I don't know how people wear clip-on earrings. These are my grandma's. And, man, they squeeze my earlobes like crazy. This is an unstable obelisk. Or obelisk, depending on how you prefer. It costs 3 mana. It is an artifact. You tap it to add 1 mana. For 7 mana, you tap it, and you can sacrifice unstable obelisk. Destroy target permanent. Whew. Wow. Its collapse is like the lashing out of a long dead civilization that resents being forgotten. Alright. Fair enough. You said, Michael, that you have to find the next issues. Well, I wish you luck. I think, I'm not sure if any more of the trades are out yet, but I think you could probably track down some issues if you want the singles. Yeah, it's really good. It only continues to be awesome, and it also leads into Teen Titans. Well, not Teen Titans, just Titans, because they're grown up now. So if you're excited about Titans at all, it's a really good one to get into because it kind of leads into that, which is also going to be done by Tom Taylor. And I don't know, Duck, are you still here? Do you know, is Redondo also doing Titans? Is it the same creative team? Titans is an amazing show. Yes, I haven't really watched the show, but the comic is going to be awesome. I'm very excited for it. Hoopla doesn't have the next EPP. Yeah, I don't think it's out yet. The next trade, but you could wait for the trade, or you could probably still find some of those issues. It's true, a lot of Titans is filmed in Toronto, I believe, actually. As I said, I know people that have worked on Titans, so, and I've auditioned for it a few times. I don't think I signed an NDA for that, so I think I can say that. Command Tower, ancestry enters the battlefield tapped. You tap it, and you add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. When that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with your commander, scry 1. So, for it to share a creature type, does that mean if Olivia was my commander that I played with, does that mean that they would have to be a vampire or a vampire noble to match for the type of creature? Yeah, having a kid will keep you pretty busy, Cedric, but you know what? I think it's worth it, so it's all good. You'll have time at some point, I'm sure, to get into it. It just has to be a vampire. Okay, cool. Rakdos Carnarium. Noble or vampire noble. Oh, okay. Nice. So this is a real, wow, I love the artwork on this card. Look at this artwork. So detailed. It looks horrifying. So this is Rakdos Carnarium. It enters the battlefield tapped. When Rakdos Carnarium enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Return a land you control. Can I steal people's lands with this deck? That seems to be the implication. And when I tap it, I add 1 swamp and 1 mountain. Yep, there are non-vampire nobles out there in the wild. So it just has to be a noble, or a vampire noble, or a vampire. So any of those. We're good. That's crazy. That's pretty cool to learn. This is a tainted peak. I don't know why that's making me laugh. Tainted Peak is a land. You tap it to add 1 mana. You tap it to add 1. Wait, can I tap it twice? Or I guess I just have the option. So I can add 1 of any mana, or 1 colorless mana, I guess I should say. No, 1 of any. 1 colorless. Or I can tap it to add 1 swamp or mountain. Activate only if you control a swamp. Well, that should be pretty easy, I think. Look at these. Look at these folks. These are crossway troublemakers. Creature, vampire. I like this art too. Let's look at it a little closer. Look at these people hanging out. They look like they're having a good time. So crossway troublemakers, ooh, they're pricey. 5 colorless mana, 5 of any mana, and 1 swamp. It's a creature, a vampire. Attacking vampires you control have death touch and life link. Whenever a vampire you control dies, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. We love paying in life. Lady Anjay's What does death touch do? Is death touch like, if I touch you, you die? I don't know what I'm thinking of where death touch was like that. I don't know if it's another TCG or something else. This is Glass Cast Heart. It is an artifact. It costs 2 of any mana and 1 swamp. Whenever 1 or more vampires you control attack, create a blood token. It's an artifact with 1 mana. Tap, discard a card, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. Alright. And this is if I want to pay 1 life, tap it and pay a swamp. Create a 1/1 white and black vampire creature token with a lifelink. Whoa. Wowzers. And for 2 swamp, I can tap it to sacrifice. Oh, I got a little excited there. Sorry, I got too excited. To sacrifice Glass Cast Heart and 13 blood tokens. Each opponent loses 13 life, and you gain 13 life. What? What? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, we should have bought all those. We should have bought all of the Warhammer decks. Personally, I think. Wowzers. Did I say that? I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. Wowzers. That's a good one. I should have a little book where I write down everybody's trigger words when you come in here. If I say anything, we can do a little, maybe I'll set up some channel points and you can redeem trigger words for a little bit of points. Could be fun. Wowzers. Death touch means any creature dealt damage by a creature with death touch dies at the end of combat regardless of damage. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Cool. It's all coming back to me. Camber the Plunderer. This is 3 mana and 1 swamp. Legendary creature, vampire rogue. Partner with Laureen the Diversion. When this creature enters the battlefield, target player may put Laureen into their hand from their library, then shuffle. Life link. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life and create a blood token. It's an artifact with 1 mana. Tap, discard a card, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. I wanted to say destroy a card, but that's not what's happening here. Okay. It is a 3/4. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good idea for channel points. Michael, I need to have like a separate set of channel point redemptions for when I do ASMR. That's what I think. I should build that. So that's Camber the Plunderer. Oh, I feel like oh my goodness, I love it. You're like, maybe I can do a trigger word disposed. Oh my gosh. But sometimes you gotta get disposed. I respect it. This is Predator's Hour. Hour. Oh, I like that word. I think hour is a trigger word for me. This is 1 of any mana and 1 swamp. It's a sorcery. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library face down. You may look at and play that card. What? Wowzers. Wow. Wowawee-wah. That's wild. For as long as it remains exiled. Okay, so if they can recover it, then I don't, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Wow. Well, if you got the cost, if you got the mana, that might be one to use if you got the mana. Olivia's got the mana. She's master of the mana. Predator's Hour. This is Shadow Grange, Archfiend. It is 6 of any mana and 1 swamp. It is a creature, a demon. When Shadow Grange Archfiend enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. You gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures sacrificed this way. Okie dokie then. Did I say this already? It's a creature. It's a demon. Demon. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. It's got Madness, which is 2 of any mana, 1 swamp. You can pay 8 life if you discard this card. Discard it into exile. When you do, cast it for its madness cost, or put it into channel the blood tokens. If I can channel the blood, I'll be the blood master. I feel like there's a way that you could really utilize them, but it also really depends. They're interesting. I'm intrigued. Imposing grandeur. This is 4 mana, 1 mountain, sorcery. Each player may discard their hand and draw cards equal to the greatest mana value of a commander they own on the battlefield or in the command zone. The wedding's lavish decorations paled in comparison to the opulence of its elite guests. Opulence. It's a fun word. I like it. Lavish opulence. So it's also got some pretty fun art. Look at everybody looking fancy. I love it. Drinking their blood. This one is Laureen the Diversion. This is a 2 mana cost and 1 mountain. A legendary creature, human rogue. Partner with Camper the Plunderer. When this creature enters the battlefield, target player may put Camper into their hand from their library, then shuffle. First strike. 2 mana. Sacrifice an artifact or creature. Goad target creature until your next turn. That creature attacks each combat if able, and attacks a player other than you if able. And that is a 3/3. This is Markov Enforcer. It costs 4 mana and 2 mountains. Creature, vampire, soldier. Whenever Markov Enforcer or another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, Markov Enforcer fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Markov Enforcer this turn dies. Create a blood token. It's an artifact with 1 mana. Tap. Discard a card. Sacrifice this artifact. Draw a card. And this one's wild. It's a 6/6, but it's also expensive. Hello, Kevlar Wolf. How are you? This is McKnight Arsonist. It is 3 mana, 1 mountain. It is a creature, a vampire. When McKnight Arsonist enters the battlefield, destroy up to X target artifacts without mana abilities, where X is the number of vampires you control. Excuse me, I'm gonna have so many vampires. I'm gonna destroy so many target artifacts that don't have mana abilities. That being said, I feel like a lot of mine do, so yeah. Killing the Slayers was self-preservation. The fire was just for fun. This is a 3-2 McKnight Arsonist. I'm good, Kevlar Wolf. We have so many cards, friends. This is how many we still have left. I don't know. I thought I was gonna. Oh, maybe I can get through this deck. I mean, we're like. No, we still have so many cards to go. I don't know if I'll be able to read the entire Commander deck tonight in ASMR, because I just feel like my voice will be dead if I whisper that long for tomorrow. But we can try. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. I believe in us. This is Scion of Opulence. Rapala, good night. Have good sleeps, Rapala. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you for modding. Everyone say bye, Rapala. Bye. Oh, thank you, Kevlar Wolf. I love that I'm doing ASMR too. I'm having a lot of fun. So, I'm glad you're able to join us. This is Scion of Opulence. It costs 2 mana and 1 mountain. It is a creature, a vampire noble. Whenever Scion of Opulence or another non-token vampire you control dies, create a treasure token. It's an artifact with tap. Sacrifice this artifact. Add 1 mana of any color. For 1 mountain mana, you can sacrifice 2 artifacts, and you get to exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. It's kind of a weird card. It is a 3/1 Scion of Opulence. Ooh, I like this one. Sinister. Waltz. This is a sorcery card. It costs 3 of any mana, 1 swamp, and 1 mountain. Choose 3 target creature cards in your graveyard. Return 2 of them at random to the battlefield and put the other on the bottom of your library. For 1 evening, the dueling bloodlines channeled their feuds into elaborate footwork. I love it. I love this art. It's so good. Next we have Anwan the Rune Sage. Anwan the Rune Sage is a legendary creature. crazy. What? This is a 3/3. This is Blood Tracker. It is a creature, a vampire wizard, flying. It costs 3 mana and 1 swamp. It has flying, and for 1 swamp you can pay 2 life, and you put a +1/+1 counter on Blood Tracker. When Blood Tracker leaves the battlefield, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. That's neat. Flee all you like. The further you run, the more firmly I feel your heartbeat. Oh, I also love that flavor text. It's a 2/2. This is Butcher of Malakir, a creature, a vampire warrior. It is 5 mana and 2 swamp. It has flying, and whenever Butcher of Malakir or another creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature. His verdict is always guilty. His sentence is always death. It's really hard to do a TH sound with fangs. Death. It's really hard because I'm just blowing air, so I can't. I have to do it away from the mic. This is a 5/4. This is Champion of Dusk, a creature, a vampire knight. It costs 3 mana and 2 swamp. When Champion of Dusk enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the number of vampires you control. Drench these golden streets in the blood of our enemies. It's a 4/4. This is Cordial Vampire. I like his outfit. So cordial. It's like, oh my gosh, come in. I just drank this man's blood. Come on in. Cordial Vampire costs 2 swamp land to bring into play, and he is a creature, a vampire. When Cordial Vampire or another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. Wow, that's pretty good. Please come in. Hordivore are on the table. I love that. This is a 1/1. I don't know if you guys can hear my stomach, so I'm just gonna wait a second. It's growling because I was silly and I didn't eat before I started streaming. Like a fool. But I'm gonna eat after, so. This is Damnable Pact. Oh, I should get my notebook. I gotta say the winners. I might just announce it on Twitter. The winners. I'll try to remember to announce it here, but if I don't, I'm announcing it on Twitter. I have a picture. I have the winners written down. So don't worry. Sparkly, the Nux, they cometh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Michael. This is Damnable Pact. It is a sorcery. And it costs X mana and 2 swamp. I think I already said that. I did. I'm sorry. I said it again to remind myself and to remind you. This is target player draws X cards and loses X life. It is definitely raining nugs now. Thank you again, Michael, for the nugs. I'm very excited. I feel like I'm getting a little weird because I'm so hungry. All I had was snacks. What a fool. It's hard to eat when you're coming out of a migraine, though, a little bit. It's like nerve-wracking because you're worrying that whatever you eat is going to make you feel not well. So target player draws X cards and loses X life. Okay, so you choose how much mana and that'll control those effects. Silumgar's mind is a dark labyrinth full of grim secrets and subtle traps. Sayara, the dragon's mouth. Ooh, I like the artwork on this one. Look at this. Look at that dragon's mouth. Looking real sharp, baby. This one is Dark Imposter. It is a creature, a vampire assassin. It costs 2 mana and 1 swamp for 4 mana and 2 swamp. It's expensive. Exile target creature and put a +1/+1 counter on Dark Imposter. Dark Imposter has all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with it. Interesting. This is a nice life. I can see why you were so desperate to keep it. This is a 2/2. This one is Malakir Bloodwitch. It is a creature, a vampire shaman. KK, hello. Welcome to the stream. It is a vampire shaman. It costs 3 mana and 2 swamp to bring into play. It has flying protection from white. Wow, that's cool. When Malakir Bloodwitch enters the battlefield, each opponent loses life equal to the number of vampires you control. This is Patron of the Vein. 4 mana and 2 swamp. Creature, vampire shaman. This is flying. When Patron of the Vein enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, exile it and put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. And it is a 4/4. This one is Sanctum Seeker. It costs 2 mana and 2 swamp. It is a creature. A vampire knight. Whenever a vampire you control attacks each opponent, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. That makes sense to me. The Sanctum Seekers were the first of the knightly orders to cross the sea, and are still the most zealous. It is a 3/3/4/4/4. I'm realizing now that I should have taken a picture before for my thumbnail with the box. Well, I'll see what I can do after, I guess. I forgot to take my thumbnail before. Oops. This is Stromkirk Condemned. It is a 2 swamp cost. It is a creature, a vampire horror. Discard a card. Vampires you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Good night, Cedric. Good night. Thank you for joining us, and for all of your awesome magic knowledge, and for just being a cool person, and I'm sure a cool dad. Have a good night. Good night. Go to sleep. Thank you. So this is a Stormkirk Condemned, which costs 2 swamp mana, as I said. It is a creature, a vampire horror, and you can discard a card. Vampires you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Blood from the Vein is the finest vintage to accompany a feast of the mind. Runos Stormkirk. And this is a 2/2. Want to see this art up close? Oh yeah, pretty cool. There's a lot of limbs there, baby. It's a lot of limbs, alright. This is Underworld Connections. It is a 1 cost and 2 swamps. An enchantment if you're looking for it, it's available. The question is how much you're willing to pay. I mean, it depends. This is Anjay's Ravager. Almost said Reaver. This costs 2 mana and 1 mountain. It is a creature, a vampire berserker. Anjay's Ravager attacks each combat if able. Whenever Anjay's Ravager attacks, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. Madness. 1 mana, a set of hands to lead them, and a set of eyes to guide them. And it's a 4/5, 3 mana, 2 mountain cost. Well, friends, my food is here, so I have to go. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to announce the winners for the contest for the 8, which became a 9-hour stream, on my Twitter. So just keep an eye out, and I'll be making a post, and I'll be contacting everyone that won, or trying to. So just keep an eye on your whispers and your inbox and such, and we'll contact you. Okay. Thank you for joining me. It was lovely having you all. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe. And also, you should join me at twitch.tv/vampx13, where I do streams and you can join us live. You can also donate. I also have a couple wish lists on Amazon and Throne. But mostly, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me and being here.